Alright everybody, I back again, and here I'm going to do a short down and dirty video on how to make your own two-hand mace weapons for the Ground Slam Slayer. Cheap and easy, down and dirty. Here we go. So what we're going to need is we're going to need one mace. We're going to, let me go over on this side. We're going to need one mace. We're going to need one rustic sash that you buy for one or two scrolls of wisdom, uh, from any hometown vendor except for Oriath, the last, after you finish all the acts. You're going to need one orb of transmutation to make this a magic sash, just like this one. This one's magic. And one Blacksmiths Whetstone. You will also need 4 Blacksmiths Whetstones to quality up your mace to 20% quality. And then after we're done, we're going to need 1 orb of augmentation. So I'm going to walk you through the process real quick. So 1 orb of augmentation. I'm sorry, 1 orb of transmutation onto the belt. Now it's magic. Then we take this over to the vendor.
How are your maps?
Oh, and sorry, we quality up the mace to 20% quality. Okay, so now, see, it's 20% quality. Now we go to the vendor, and we sell her, or him, the mace, the magic belt, and the Blacksmith's Whetstone. And here we go. Here we have a 41% increased physical damage two-hand mace with the increased stun duration that we love, because we are a stunning build. We stun as much as possible. So we started off with a 6-socket, and this is actually already linked the way I want it, so I just need to change the colors. I'm going to wind up using this one, I believe. We started off with a 30% increased stun, plain two-hand mace. Now we're going to get back a magic 20% quality two-hand mace with 30% stun and 41% increased physical damage. Now we can go anywhere up to from 41 to 49. I'm not stressing that right now. This is not going to be my quote-unquote endgame be-all mace. So I'm just going to upgrade my current one with this. And there we go. Now we have the mace in 20% quality. This also works with various other weapons. Here's a one-handed mace. It gives it the 40% or the increased physical damage. I haven't tried it with anything else. So if you want to do like a two-hand kind of deal
Good luck
with
with your
two-hand
map.
maces or two-hand swords, I mean, I can jump over real quick to town and pick up a cheap. I'll pick up a cheap two-hander and a cheap
Greetings.
one-hand. Oh, wrong. Sorry, I'm a little shaky today. So we'll pick up a cheap old generic two-hand axe. We'll pick up a generic one-hand sword. And we'll see what we can get out of that.
Go with courage.
We'll
You are well?
sell the items and we'll try the axe first and see if we get the same thing. Yep, 40% or increased physical damage. Very good. Now, of course, I would want to use something that has an implicit on there. And we'll try the one-handed sword that has 40% increased global accuracy with that. And now we have 40% increased global accuracy with increased physical damage. So this belt and Blacksmith's Whetstone combo seems to be across the board,
Goodbye.
any weapon type. Let me go back to my hideout and get away from these people. Because, like my name says, I hate people.
Glad you made
All
it
right,
back.
so here we go. Now, step by step. Put the mace over, put the belt over, put the Blacksmith's Whetstone over. Nope, I'm wrong. I did not quality it up. See, I would have just wasted an additional 4 Blacksmith's Whetstones. There we go. Now we're good to do it. And there, and there. This one has 40% increased physical damage. I cannot roll anything higher than 44. I've made several weapons this league, probably 10, and I can't get anything to roll over 44. All right, so once we get our weapon, now I have 2 of them, the way that I want them. Now, what I could do is,
Good luck
if I
with
had
your
the
maps.
currency, I could use a Divine Orb and try and get that percentage higher. But seriously, why? I can just get cheaper weapons for one transmutation or one alteration from any vendor or random drops, and just keep trying over and over again until I get one that's a higher quality. And then once I do, I can, chaos spam it or exalt spam it to get different mods, multi-mod it, whatever. Okay, so I got my 2 weapons here. Now I'm going to use an Orb of Augmentation on each one. And there we go. Now this one has +5 gain for enemy attacks, or for each enemy hit by attacks. This one has increased attack speed. I am now going to use this one. So I will have to link it how I want it, because right now it is better. It has more attack speed than the current weapon that I'm using, even though it's a lower percentage of physical damage. The base damage is higher, so it should be a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. Down and dirty, how to craft your weapons that you're going to use as you're going. What I would do is I would go over to poe.trade, and I would search for a 2-handed mace that has 6 links. Item level, where is it? Eye level. Here we go. Eye level. I've done this before. There we go. Item level minimum 80. And see what we can get. I can get a 13 chaos one here, or 15 here. They're not corrupted. It's not an exorbitant amount of money that you're going to be spending to craft this weapon. If you wanted to buy your own 6-link base to put the increased physical damage on. Say we were going to go ahead and find a 6-link that has increased physical damage. As an explicit, that's not a legendary. Now see, this is not bad. This is the only 2-hand mace that I would consider even using, because it has the increased stun duration. It has a lot of increased physical damage, and more increased stun duration, and physical attack damage leaves his life. So this is actually a pretty good weapon. That's the only one that I would consider using. But you can get a nice base over here for 20 chaos and just alch it. Well, it has the increased physical damage on there, so I wouldn't alch it. But there you go. All right? All right. So that's how you do it, and you go on from there. I'm going to keep using these rare weapons because they have higher base physical damage, and I think that in the long run that's going to be better. You can craft the attack speed on there, and until I get a nice shaper 2-handed mace, this is what I'm going to be using. All right. See y'all in a little bit.